Now, as you all know aware that most of the Chinese stocks, or all Chinese stocks that are listed or publicly listed in the New York Stock Exchange, are facing possible delisting, which is something that, of course, it has been with this stock for quite some time. I mean, I think it's plus minus 12 months. It's been like a year since we've had these headwinds about the delisting fears in the Chinese stocks which are listed in the New York Stock Exchange. So just yesterday we received wonderful news. I read a wonderful article from one of the top executives of the New York Stock Exchange, which of course was talking about the delisting fears that is around the Chinese stocks. But before we get into that topic, or deep into that topic, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and you should not take it as a professional financial advice video. Otherwise, I really appreciate if you do hit that likes button if you enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about these Chinese stocks which are listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Now, what we read yesterday, guys, wonderful news which I read, is that one of the top executive of the New York Stock Exchange, he just came out and said that he believes that this Chinese stock, or all Chinese stocks, will continue to be listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Now, this is one of the things that, of course, so to those of you that have been following me for some time, I've been telling you that I don't see even a single Chinese stocks being delisted in the New York Stock Exchange, because the Chinese regulators have been telling us time and time again that they are making progress as they are having video calls on a weekly basis with the US regulators, which will see the Chinese stocks not being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Now, these headwinds of the delisting fears, I mean, like I said, it has been having this, it has been over this Chinese stock for over a year now. And after the announcement, or after the first article indicating that all Chinese stocks are listed in the New York Stock Exchange could be delisted, we've seen all Chinese stocks which are listed in the New York Stock Exchange dropping sharply. They've lost some serious value due to that delisting risk that, of course, it is posed on these Chinese stocks listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Now, to get to see that the top executive of the New York Stock Exchange, or from the New York Stock Exchange, just came out yesterday and said that he foresees the Chinese stocks being listed or continuing to list in the New York Stock Exchange. And in fact, he said we might actually see the numbers increasing of the Chinese stocks listing in the New York Stock Exchange, which is the very same thing that the Chinese government, guys, has been encouraging more companies or more of their companies to go and pursue listing in the New York Stock Exchange. This is something that, of course, like I said, it makes our hearts at ease. Those of us who are investing in the New York, in the Chinese stocks which are listed in the New York Stock Exchange, like on this channel, you know that we talk a lot about NIO. Those of you that are owning the NIO stock, it just simply means that these low trading prices, now it are a bargain. Because if you are even to check the price prediction or the price forecast from different analysts or from different institutions, they have priced the delisting fears on their price targets. This is why we've seen, of course, the price target of NIO and other EV stocks or other Chinese companies also going down due to these delisting fears. But as soon as this gets lifted, we are definitely going to see the price target also increasing. Yes, I know that, of course, there are issues with regarding the supply chains, which, of course, again, it's another short-term issue, which is something that having to see or getting to know that, especially with the delisting fears, the New York Stock Exchange expert came in and said that he believes that he foresees these companies continue to list or continue in the New York Stock Exchange or continue listing in the New York Stock Exchange. It is something that, of course, as a retail investor must just make you to, of course, consider these low trading prices on these Chinese stocks or on these EV stocks like NIO as an opportunity for you to load the boat, because the more people are coming out to actually see that these Chinese stocks are not going to go anywhere, is the more, of course, investors are going to gain confidence again and come and invest into these Chinese stocks. And one of the things, of course, that I've told you last week in one of the videos I did about NIO last week, I did indicate to you that we are seeing a billionaires coming to buy the NIO stock. We're seeing billionaires coming and invest in the Chinese stocks. But of course, the question now will be, if really these stocks are going to be delisted, why are they coming to invest their money? Why are they still throwing their money in the Chinese stocks? Well, I think you and me, the only thing that makes sense for them to be able to do that is for a fact that they know that the Chinese stocks are not going anywhere. They are going to still remain listed in the New York Stock Exchange, which is getting to see now there. One of the experts in the New York Stock Exchange coming yesterday and saying that he foresees the Chinese stocks remaining listed in the New York Stock Exchange is something that, of course, like I said, it should motivate a retail investor like you and me to continue loading the boat onto these Chinese stocks. And of course, like I said, I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying buy Chinese stocks, but all I'm saying is that if you add 1 + 1, I mean, to me, the Chinese stocks are not going anywhere, which is why Chinese regulators have been telling us to say, calm down, retail investors, calm down, investors, because Chinese stocks are going to continue listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Chinese stocks, they are going to continue to trade in the New York Stock Exchange, which is why instead of them saying that it's a 50-50% chance, they further encourage more Chinese or more of their Chinese companies to pursue listing in the New York Stock Exchange, which that just has to show you that these Chinese stocks are still going to remain listed in the New York Stock Exchange. I personally, I've told you on this channel many of the reasons why I think Chinese stocks will never be delisted in the New York Stock Exchange, as that will not only hurt the Chinese economy, but seriously also hurt the US economy. There is no way that we will see Chinese stocks being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. And this article that we just read today from one of the top executives confirms or reaffirms the very same thing that I've been sharing with you on this channel, and that is Chinese stocks are not going to be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, NIO released some news giving us assurance as investors to say that they will make sure that they comply with the regulatory rules in the US. They will make sure that they comply with all the rules in relating to them listing in the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that not only is the government or Chinese government giving us assurance, but also companies like NIO are giving us assurance to say that don't panic, don't worry, we'll make sure that we continue being listed in the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that, of course, looking at the low trading prices, which of course have the delisting fears, the supply chain constraints, it's an opportunity or good opportunity for you to go in and load the boat onto a stock like NIO and other Chinese stocks, because one way or the other, these stocks are going to recover in terms of the share price, and those, of course, that are buying or going in to buy these discounted prices on these Chinese stocks are definitely going to receive some good rewards in the future. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update of one of the New York Stock Exchange expert who came yesterday and said that he believes that these Chinese stocks, or most or more Chinese stocks, are going to continue to be listed in the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that I believe it has to motivate you to stay long, remain bullish onto this NIO stock. NIO is a company that its fundamentals and its future prospects are so massive, and not just NIO alone. In fact, most of the Chinese stocks that are listed in the New York Stock Exchange have got stronger fundamentals, which, guess what, once these short-term headwinds of delisting and supply chain issues fades away, we are definitely going to see the real value. We are definitely going to see the share prices of these companies surging once again towards their all-time high. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.